I washed and documented. Not washed and documented. I washed my hands. CNA, can I come in?
Only if it's Portia. She's the only one I want.
Hi, Miss Reeser. It's Portia. I'm going to be your CNA today. Can I please check your wristband?
Certainly.
Can you verify your name and date of birth?
Inda Reeser, October 20th, 1943.
All right. So the nurse told me that she wanted us to do some ROM exercises, okay?
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna exercise your arm first. We're going to start at your shoulder, move down to your elbow, then your wrist, then your fingers, okay?
Okay.
If at any time you feel any pain, just let me know and we'll stop, okay?
Okay.
So first we're going to start with your shoulder. First we're going to do flexion and extension, and flexion and extension, and flexion and extension. Then we're going to move to abduction and adduction. Abduction and adduction. Abduction and abduction. Abduction and abduction. Do you feel any pain?
None.
Alright, so now we're going to move down to your elbow, okay? We're going to do flexion and extension. Flexion and extension. Flexion and extension. Flexion and extension. And flexion and extension. Do you feel any pain?
Nope. Not a bit.
Alright, we're going to move down to your wrist, okay? We're going to do flexion, extension, and hyperextension. Flexion, extension, and hyperextension. Flexion, extension, and hyperextension. Then we're going to do radial and ulnar. Radial and ulnar, and radial and ulnar. Do you feel any pain?
No.
Alright, we're going to move down to your fingers, okay? We're going to do flexion and extension. Flexion and extension. Flexion and extension. Then we're going to do abduction and adduction on your fingers. Abduction and abduction. Abduction and adduction. Abduction and abduction. 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 Ooh, abduction and adduction. And we'll do that one more time. Alright, so we're going to move down to your leg now, okay? First, we're going to exercise your hip, your knee, your ankle, and then your toes.
Okay.
So first we're going to start with your hip. We're going to do flexion and extension, then abduction and abduction, okay?
Okay.
Alright, ready? 1, 2, 3. Flexion and extension. Flexion and extension. Flexion and extension. Flexion and extension. Okay, we're going to move to abduction and abduction, okay?
Okay.
Abduction and abduction. Abduction and abduction. Abduction and abduction. Abduction and abduction. Alright, do you feel any pain?
No.
Alright, we're going to do
You're
your
very
knee.
gentle.
We're going to do flexion and extension. Flexion and extension. Flexion and extension. Flexion and extension. Do you feel any pain?
Nope.
Alright, we're going to move down to your ankle, okay? We're going to do dorsiflexion, plantar flexion. Dorsiflexion, plantar flexion. Dorsiflexion, plantar flexion. Dorsiflexion, plantar flexion. Then we're going to do abduction and abduction. Abduction and abduction. Abduction and abduction. Abduction and abduction. You feel any pain?
Nope.
Alright, we're going to move down to your toes. We're going to do flexion and extension. Flexion and extension. Flexion and extension. Flexion and extension. Then we're going to do abduction and abduction on your toes too, okay?
Okay.
Abduction and abduction. 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 Ooh. Abduction and abduction. And I will do that one more time. Alright, Miss Reeser, how do you feel?
I feel just fine. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Did you need anything else before I left?
No, I think that will be it. The 2 martinis were enough for me.
Okay, I'm just going to check your alignment really quick. I'm going to make sure your wheels are locked, your bed's to the lowest position. Alright, Miss Reeser, I will be back in a little bit to check on you. If you need anything else, go ahead and push your call light and I'll be right back in, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. I will wash and document.